Welcome back, folks. This week we're exploring a slightly more modern movie for Disney-Sember, building a character for Pathfinder Second Edition using the Path Builder app. Today, we're building the Lady of Luxurious Locks herself, Rapunzel from Disney's Tangled. Now, of course, we have to start this off by brushing up on some build goals for this golden-haired gal. Rapunzel is a princess whose mother consumed a medicine made from a magical flower that imbued its power into Rapunzel herself, manifesting in her brilliant hair. She was kidnapped and raised by Mother Gothel, until she escaped with the help of a thief and reunited with her real parents. While she briefly lost the powers of her hair, she later regained them and discovered further powers with them, which is the point in her life that we'll be looking at. The most notable aspect of Rapunzel is her magical hair, which is prehensile and unbreakable, able to be used as a rope to swing around upon, to restrain people, and even as a whip. Furthermore, she can channel the power of the Sundrop flower through her hair to heal injuries, reverse the effects of aging, and even bring back the dead. Learning the Decay incantation allowed her to suck the life out of everything near her, even crumbling inanimate objects. Another of these incantations allows her to channel the power of the sun, unleashing shockwaves of force while she hovers in the air. Using any of this magic causes her hair to glow, and outside of this, she's often seen wielding a frying pan as a weapon, is regularly accompanied by her chameleon pal Pascal, and is a painter, baker, potter, and ardent practitioner of just about every other creative pursuit you can imagine. All in all, Rapunzel is a conduit for a power that suffuses her hair and allows her to heal others, drain life, and channel the very power of the sun. She's also mastered managing mundane matters with her mane, using it to fight and confound others or manipulate her environment. A sweetheart to her core, she is a creative and friendly sort who adventures alongside her chameleon companion, Pascal. Going into this build, we've got to keep quite a bit of mystical might in mind. However, we will be sticking to the human ancestry. We do mix it up a little with the Nephilim heritage, netting our Rapunzel some low-light vision. For her ancestry feat, she'll pick up Natural Ambition, which will let her gain a class feat, the details of which I'll save for when we get to it. Regarding her ability scores, she'll spend her 2 free boosts on intelligence as well as dexterity. Her background was a bit harder for me to pick out. I was looking for something like kidnapped at birth, but no such luck. I settled on Sundancer, inspired by her magic powers coming from a drop of sunlight. This makes her trained in performance, and grants her the fascinating performance skill feat, gaining a further bonus on checks to use it when she's under direct sunlight. This is always a great fit for these musical maidens of Disney, and she follows it up with an initial boost to charisma and a free boost to her intelligence. These increases to intelligence have been setting us up for a witch class, which might surprise some of you, but the others probably not so much. As a witch, Rapunzel has to choose a patron, but none really call out to me. I think the paradox of opposites might fit the fact that she has healing incantations and decaying incantations, and gives her the trade death for life cantrip to sap the succor of sinister sorts to shore up her allies. It allows her familiar, which will obviously be her good old buddy Pascal, to leave a creature stupefied, confounding foes with his ability to change colors. One important note is that she gains divine spells, and with all the singing related to her magic, I like haunting him from her cantrips. For her first rank spells, I'd go for Heal, given the way that she can use her hair to heal others, as well as Elysian Whimsy, based on her proficiency at luring others into song and celebration. On the topic of our heroine's healing hair, she uses Natural Ambition here to take Witch's armaments for living hair, giving her a hair unarmed attack that can be used to trip up and disable opponents. In addition to using her hefty head of hair as a weapon, she can of course take up the frying pan as a weapon, which is of course based upon her considerable usage of it within her home movie. As an intelligence-based caster, Rapunzel has a host of skills to choose from, and with her patron already granting her trained in religion, she also becomes trained in acrobatics, athletics, crafting, diplomacy, medicine, nature, and society. This is due in a large part to her intelligence boost as a witch, as well as the free boost that she takes to strength, dexterity, intelligence, and charisma. Her frying pan lacks the finesse trait, so she'll need a bit of strength to use that, but as a witch, her intelligence will be her most important ability score. With the wind in our hair, we move forward to second level, where Rapunzel makes use of basic lesson to learn a lesson of life. This grants her the Spirit Link spell, which I don't think is super handy, but also comes with Life Boost, a hex to grant an ally fast healing, which of course calls to mind the healing capabilities of her hair. She then uses Tame Animal as her skill feat, given how swiftly she brought Maximus under her control, forcing him to cease his hunt for Flynn Rider. Rapunzel begins third level with an increase to crafting, to make her an expert in the skill. From the second rank spells she gains access to, Fear the Sun might fit given her association with the Sun Drop, and Charitable Urge is again based on the kindness that she inspires in others. She picks up Keen Follower as her general feat based on how eager she is to explore the outside world and learn of it from others. With Skillful Tresses as her 4th level class feat, Rapunzel can use her hair for simple interact actions, picking up objects, unlocking doors, and other things of that nature. She then expands on the concept of Tame Animal, with Train Animal as her skill feat for this level, letting her teach new tricks to the likes of Maximus and Pascal. Another second rank spell could net her Sudden Blight based on the Decay incantation that she learns. For our Fearless and Fair Maiden's 5th level, she has 4 ability boosts that she will apply to her Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, and Charisma. Her Fortitude increases to Expert Proficiency, as does her Nature skill. As for spells, she can inspire others with Heroism, while also channeling the holy light of her Sun incantation to banish darkness. A bit more regularly, she can use her Halo Ancestry feat here to capture that golden glow that lights her hair when she's using its magic. She takes a greater lesson at 6th level to learn the Lesson of Decay, inspired by her discovery of the Incantation of Decay, its mycological malady allowing her to sap the might and vigor of others. For her skill feat, she'll use Group Impression for her ability to appeal to large groups of people, swiftly winning them over as she did at the Snuggly Duckling. 7th level sees Rapunzel become an expert spellcaster, while also mastering her crafting skill, which, if you didn't already track, is all based on the multitude of creative pursuits that she got up to while stuck in her tower. The main 4th rank spell of note here is Fly, allowing Rapunzel to float across the ground as she does while under the effects of the Sun incantation. For her eagerness and enthusiasm, she uses Incredible Initiative as her general feat, letting her fly faster into the fray. At 8th level, she uses Deadly Hair to both increase the damage of her hair and grant it the Grapple trait, so that she can tangle up targets with her tresses. Then, given her investments in crafting, she takes the Magical Crafting skill feat. It's not quite a fit for her, but it's something this build can certainly make use of. As a witch, Rapunzel becomes an expert in reflex saves and masters her nature skill at 9th level. She gets 5th rank spell, and first thing that comes to mind here is Breath of Life. This lets her bring back the recently dead, just as she did with Flynn in her feature film. We then run into a bit of an issue due to the remaster. Azamars, in the past, gained a feat in the Ancestry Guide called Healer's Halo, which lets them ramp up healing while their halo, in Rapunzel's case her hair, is shining. It is perfect for wraps here, but the remaster removes that option. I think that's dumb, so I'm just going to say go ahead and take Healer's Halo for her 9th level Ancestry feat. A fresh host of ability boosts at 10th level means that Rapunzel gains a boost of Strength, Constitution, Intelligence, and Charisma. That boost to Intelligence makes her trained in Arcana. She also takes a Master Lesson as her class feat, which should allow her to grab a Lesson of Renewal for some more restorative capabilities. Given her love of books and the fact that she has to learn spells as a witch, Magical Shorthand will be a handy skill feat for her, letting her pick up spells a touch more swiftly. The 11th level exemplifies the expertise of our Steamed Royal as she becomes an expert in Perception, her weapons, and her Diplomacy skill. She grabs Fleet as a general feat here just to become a bit faster. This level also opens her up her 6th rank spells, where she can find Necrotize, a nasty means of inflicting the wasting effects of her Decay incantation on a single victim. However, that's a little out of character for Rapunzel. She is a highly compassionate character, and Witch's Charge at 12th level is meant to demonstrate just that. allowing her to form a bond with a friend to charge them with mystical might. Glad Hand as her skill feat plays into some of the courtroom diplomacy that she's learned since she started picking up her duties as a princess. Everybody's favorite Lucky Level 13 increases that diplomacy skill to Master, while her unarmored defenses bump up to Expert proficiency. She also gains weapon specialization with her trusty frying pan. And other weapons as well, I suppose. The first spell of note here is Cosmic Form, which lets her fly and channel the fury of the sun, while Sunburst does that a bit more directly, both of these resembling the sun incantation that she eventually achieves. She gains Blessed Blood as her ancestry feat, resembling the fact that even her tears could heal and restore others. Presumably, her blood should be able to do the same. Not that she really wants to find out. Taking to the trend of terrific tangles, level 14 has Rapunzel take Hexed Locks, which I'm honestly not sold on because you have to spend the focus point before you make the strike. It's action efficiency, but at a serious cost. I am a bit more confident about her taking Shameless Request, though this shamelessness might be a bit more due to her lack of understanding of social etiquette. But she's used it to get her way every now and then. For her ability boost at 15th level, Rapunzel will enhance her dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and charisma. She becomes a legend with her diplomacy skill and becomes a master with her spell DCs and spell attacks. Given her nature as a doll of Disney, our dear dignified dame delves into musical shift for her 8th rank spell. Then she's going to go ahead and funnel a bit of her hair's healing back into herself through fast recovery as her general feat, letting her get back onto her feet and into the adventure that much faster. Level 16 is a bit of an odd fit, but since Rapunzel has that witch's armament, she can take Sympathetic Strike, mostly because it's a cool ability that allows her to make enemies more susceptible to her hexes. She of course uses her skill feat to follow up her legendary diplomacy with legendary negotiation, letting her be the peacekeeper that she always aspires to be. As a witch, Rapunzel gains Will of the Pupil at 17th level, which makes it so that she becomes a master in will saves and gets crits out of regular successes. She becomes a legend in crafting, and then picks up Heroic Presence as her ancestry feat to really give her allies a pep talk when the goings get tough. Within her series, this long-locked lady lands a load of friends who she can cover with Witch's Communion, gaining a wider range of charges that she can empower. She can also sling some snark with Bon Mot as her skill feat, likely setting up allies rather than herself, as she doesn't really pick up too many will targeting spells, unless you personally opted to do so. Whatever being Rapunzel's patron actually is, she gets a gift from it at 19th level in the form of 10th rank spells. Fittingly, she becomes a legend with her spell DCs, spell attacks, and, by chance, her nature skill. She can use Incredible Investiture here as her final general feat to tap into a magnitude of magical might. We then start the beginning of the end for this build with 4 ability boosts, which will slot into Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. That increase to Intelligence will make her trained in Occultism. We'll finish out this heroine's host of hair options with Demon's Hair, getting her damage die up to a D8 and making her permanently quickened, as long as she's using strikes with that hair. She can probably retrain Hexed Locks at this point, taking whatever feat fits your fancy. She finishes it all off with Influence Nature as her skill feat, just taking advantage of that legendary nature that she's picked up. When it comes to a free Archetype game, I think there's some serious potential in the Blessed One dedication. Aside from the extra healing it provides to lay on hands, its Mercy of the Body calls to mind the original Fable, where she healed the eyes of the blinded prince. A Cavalier dedication is another option, slightly shakier, but it represents her association and closeness with Maximus, though it's harder for her to really make use of its feats. As a final option, you could look at a Monk dedication, while trying to expand on her combat options with her hair, using feats like mixed maneuvers to tangle and trip up targets with her tresses rather than attacking them directly. With that covered though, we've come through the full length of this build, so let's go ahead and review what all that entails. Rapunzel is a Nephilim human witch who draws her power from a paradox of opposites patron, calling to mind her ability to restore life or drain it. Her magic comes from a sundrop imbued flower that healed her mother, which leads to the use of the sun dancer background. The witch class is instrumental in representing Rapunzel. Not only does it grant her Pascal as a familiar, but it also creates her magical hair through its living hair witch's armament, with skillful tresses allowing these locks to manipulate the world around her, and deadly hair adding the grapple trait to them. Aside from the heal spell that she learns, Rapunzel's basic lesson of life and even her trade death for life focus cantrip allow her to heal the wounds of her companions. Breath of Life lets her save somebody from the brink of death, as she did with Flynn in the movie. Alternatively, she could draw upon the Decay incantation with a greater lesson of decay, or through spells such as Sudden Blight and Necrotize. Her final incantation allows her to unleash the power of the sun, possibly best represented through cosmic form, but also touched upon by spells like Sunburst and Holy Light. Her hair can shed more standard light thanks to her halo, while the witch is at least competent enough with simple weapons to grant her the frying pan that she favors. Her skills cover her creative spark as well as her diplomatic abilities that allow her to make friends wherever she goes. The terrific tresses of this titled traveler tangle trespassers, trip up terrors, and even treat the traumas of her team, turning tears into tales to tell in time. Only one more character to go for Disney-cember. However, that one won't be coming until after the holidays. So, that being said, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, or joyous whatever else you get up to. If you find the time between the family, friends, and festivities, let me know what you think of this build, and what other sorts of builds you'd like to see in a comment. You can check out some character sheets and item suggestions for this build over on the blog, which is linked below along with the Monster Monday Twitter and Discord. Thanks for watching, and have a festive Friday.
I am a despicable human being.